Believe it or not, conditions here at Arrowhead Stadium have actually gotten better. So as of tonight, you're feeling pretty confident that Mizzou is going to kick it off? Coach Drink is telling Alabama to deal with it. But Coach Drinkwitz, how about little Junie here? Coach, have you ever felt so connected to a Super Bowl before? Here we go. Oh. We continue to follow along as Mizzou student athletes are out here marching to promote unity. It is unbelievably surreal to be here and see what Atkins Stadium looks like. If you can see, the roof is completely torn off the press box. With me now is probably the most special guest we could ever have on the show, Norm Stewart. It was a glorious night here at the Enterprise Center.
Kauffman's over here getting sound for you guys. Oh, here's Kauffman.
How's it going, everybody? We're so used to you taking over the game, and we're like, put Sophie in. Why is Sophie not in the game? The first game between these two teams was played in 1891 on Halloween. Was Halloween even a thing back then? What's that? It's time for Andrew's At Home Sports. Helias wrestler Nikolai Kariaga and his family have been through an unthinkable tragedy, but together they've been able to keep pushing forward thanks to the support from their community. Every time Nikolai steps on the mat, he's reminded he's not alone. A special bond.
I worked 2 jobs.
Forever connected.
By the end of the summer, I saved up and won a 1977 Alfa Romeo Spider in an eBay auction by $3.
Through love.
She's really fun. Her name's Caroline.
And fate.
He always was asking questions about it.
Time.
It's hard because you never got to see the final product.
The ultimate healer.
When I was done, I took it to Jackson's grave because I had bought it right before he had passed away.
Jackson Kariaga was full of life.
He would smile even when he was in trouble. Of course, then he'd sometimes still go do what he wasn't supposed to do.
He was one of 6 Kariaga kids and one of 4 boys, all 4 wrestlers.
If you can make it through wrestling practice, if you can take the grind day after day, find your little victories, then you're a step ahead in life.
Jackson always tried to stay a step ahead of his younger brother.
We were only 18 months apart.
Nikolai.
We were always the siblings that would fight, but then 2 minutes later would make up.
They did pretty much everything together.
Almost everything.
He's too nice to be a football player.
Jackson's second sport was cross country.
Most people, when they cross a cross-country finish line, they're collapsing. No, he does a flip over the line. Goofy guy.
But on the mat,
high energetic kid, but when it came to wrestling, he really got serious, and he was good at it.
he still had his fun.
It was always like, hey, look at what he's wearing this time, you know. And it was always like, oh, Jackson, I like your socks, man. Those are funny. It was just like a trademark character.
In February of 2019,
It was surreal.
the junior wrestler made it to the state championship match.
I don't want to say that doubtful he was going to win. Like, we kind of understood that second was really, really good. Up in the wrestling room, we have a picture of all the state champions from the very first one to the most current one, and we thought he'd have his picture on that wall.
People were very eager to see what his senior season would be.
We did not realize the extent that he had been suffering with depression and anxiety, and we didn't know he had started cutting. Helias caught him before he attempted, and we are so grateful that we got 2 more months with him.
The night before, we were all sitting at the counter.
Things were really going better.
We were talking through plans. He had a college visit for Friday.
It was about a week before the start of his senior wrestling season.
He got the stomach flu, and we had all had passed the stomach flu already, and we just didn't even think about the fact that he had been throwing up the medication.
And so the pills didn't stay in his system, and he was suffering withdrawal.
He flipped manic in the night. He also struggled with impulse control issues.
And took the whole bottle.
It was done in a matter of minutes.
I miss him, but I'm thankful for the entire community.
The support was overwhelming and beautiful.
The tributes and gestures were endless.
There are so many.
I try and remember that, especially in the really hard times.
In what should have been Jackson's senior wrestling season,
Jackson was supposed to be our captain.
Nikolai was called on to step up.
At the first duel, Coach looked at me and said, "Can you do it?"
He wasn't replacing anything. He was the guy.
At the end of the season,
Like everything he does, he's just solid as a rock.
Nikolai was awarded Most Improved Wrestler
Last year, he'd be super proud.
after qualifying for state.
He's amazing.
He'd also be proud of his close friend.
That would have been his last year.
Tolton's Brant Whitaker wore different pairs of Jackson's crazy socks all season.
And I wanted to bring him there with me.
After winning a state title and completing an undefeated season,
The way it started and the way it ended was Jackson.
Brant pointed up to the Carriaga family in the stands.
It's just an instant connection, like, you know, we did it and it's all okay.
He's always with me, but life has to move on.
And with it came a global pandemic.
We're kind of COVID pros.
After winning a state football championship in December, Nikolai went right into wrestling season.
My goals this year is place in the top half of state on the podium.
Through all of the COVID-19 protocols,
We've actually had to have one duel where we wrestled in a mask.
Nikolai and the Crusaders have a chance to make some noise this March.
There's still a blank space on the wall. Someone's got to fill it.
Maybe so, with some help from Jackson.
I didn't realize how much it would show with the singlet.
It's his birthday. I got it a week after his birthday this summer. So every single match, he's right over my heart, right by my side.
That tattoo is symbolic of how Jackson made an impression on Nikolai's life and all of ours.
My husband and I both got tattoos on Jackson's birthday.
It's a reminder every day.
Jackson's always with us.
Jackson and Nikolai will always share a special bond.
On his birthday, I took it to my first car show.
They're forever connected
Ended up getting second place there.
through love
And I got my first place one in October of this year.
and faith.
It's hard, really hard. I didn't just lose a brother, but we all lost a brother. We all lost someone that we cared for, that we all looked up to.
Time
And just so suddenly.
can be the only healer.
It'll always be different for me now whenever we have a press conference and now I'm looking at y'all and I don't see y'all, in your homes, because I see people with their books behind them like Peter.
Peter doesn't read. Good one, Coach.
Mitchell looks like he's in a corner, like somebody put him in the corner and they're fixing to beat him up. And
Ooh, Coach Drink got you, Mitch.
I don't know if Andrew's got like a dirty towel behind him or.
What? A dirty towel? Are you kidding me? Do you know where this is from?
Where's it from, hon? Target?
It's from Target.
And it's a blanket, not a towel.
You're a towel. No, she's on the table.
Sorry, honey.
I'd like to give a shout out to Andy Reid. Hopefully it has as much good luck for us as it did them.
Mizzou football coach Eli Drinkwitz and his vibrant Hawaiian Mizzou shirt were back in front of the Zoom camera this afternoon.
I'm sure Kauffman's going to take this and do something weird with it and try to splice it and dice it up.
Huh. Good idea, Coach. Coach Drinkwitz says he can't really tell us about his team's voluntary workouts because due to NCAA rules, he's not been allowed around the players. But he assumes it's going great.
My shirt's better than that answer, I know.
And speaking of that shirt, Coach Drinkwitz says, unfortunately, it's not for sale. But it could be if someone wants to make it. It won't be Coach Drink, though.
I've been staying at my house not nearly as many Holiday Inns. I've lost all my Holiday Inn points, so my intelligence level's gone down.
Personally, I could probably use a Hawaiian shirt because this is as close as I got.
It's got flamingos, Hawaii.
Oh, man. Mine doesn't have flamingos.
In all full disclosure, I saw it. I sent a picture to Mike, our equipment manager, and within about 10 days, it was in my office. And I've been waiting for the right moment with a group of my closest friends that I could demonstrate it to everybody.
Aw, thanks, Coach.
I've gained quite a bit of weight during COVID. A full button-up shirt loves to hide the weight. You can't see it as well. So this was like zero risk.
Zero risk? How are you supposed to win games in the SEC without taking any risks?
I'll see y'all in a couple weeks, and I'm going to find an even cooler shirt or something we'll do something else.
How about some more details?
I think this shirt with red hair, long red hair like Karen, the SEC things, might even be pretty good too. So y'all have a good one. I'm out.
I guess I'm out too. That's a look at sports.